Hey guys, what's up? PokeSmashTV here. Today I have a UU match for you against the wrong guy, person I met on the Smogon Battle Finder. And let me just analyze the teams for a second. Looking at his team, I can see immediately that his Cofagrigus is the one thing stopping my Darmanitan from ruining his team with balls of fire. And Cofagrigus is the one thing I'll have to get rid of before my Darmanitan can actually, sweep his team. So I lead off with my Gigalith. Just wanting to get up the rocks so I can, harm his Chandelier a bit. He predicts my lead nicely, he leads it with his Heracross. I know the close combat is coming at this point, and I do not want to lose my Sturdy, so I switch to my Sableye, which is immune to the close combat as his nickname suggests. And I predict he's switching into his Xatu at this point because I know he'll be expecting the Will-O-Wisp or some such thing, and I switch into my Raikou to counter his Xatu very well. And he is scared of the electric type move, the Volt Switch or the T-Bolt, so he's going to switch out into his Snorlax. And this is actually my sub-Carmine Life Orb Raikou, so I do go for the substitute right here, predicting his switch, and he goes into his Snorlax, which is a good play because Snorlax can tank any hit from the Raikou except the critical hit which I get right now with the Thunderbolt. He's going to end up whirlwinding me away, so my Raikou didn't do very much. Without the crit, Thunderbolt maybe around 25% to his Snorlax. So yeah, Raikou does need to get a few combines up before dealing any serious damage to the Snorlax. He whirlwinds me out into my Umbreon, and I can't do much to his Snorlax with my Umbreon, so I just go out into my Gigalith, and he goes out into his Heracross, probably wanted to get some super effective damage against my Umbreon if I had stated. And right now I know he's not going to go for the close combat because last time I switched out into my Sableye, so he'd want to go for something which hits my Sableye as well. He goes for the Earthquake, which is a good move, but it doesn't quite hit KO my Gigalith because I have defense CVs. He goes for the second Earthquake, and I live with 18 HP, and now I'm free to go for the normal gem boosted explosion, and I explode myself across his face, and he dies because the pointy rock on Gigalith's head, it goes into his eye. That's right, it goes into his eye, and his horn breaks off, and he dies. Basically, now he sends out his Chandelier. I send out my Darmanitan. He takes rocks damage, goes for 25%. I go for the Stone Edge right now. I don't know what he's expecting. Maybe he was expecting to outspeed, or maybe he was expecting me to over-predict and go for the U-turn. But no, I want to keep it simple, so I go for the Stone Edge. He dies. Now he goes into his Snorlax, and I can't really do anything to the Snorlax with the Stone Edge, and I'm locked into it because I'm scarfed. So I switch out into my Sableye, and he can't do anything to my Sableye either, except this is not his Snorlax, this is his Zoroark, and I should have noticed that because of the HP bar. His Snorlax has lost more HP, he was at half HP. So he goes for the Nasty Ball, which is horrible for me. I switch out into my Umbreon partly to resist the Dark type move and partly as Death Fodder because I can't really do anything, and I need a free switch into my Darmanitan, which is scarfed and can one-hit kill him with a Flare Blitz or whatever he wants to go for. So he does end up taking me out with a +2 Focus Blast, which is going to demolish anything coming from a Zoroark. So my Dark Matter goes down, and right now I'm free to go into my Beast to take care of his Zoroark with any physical hit really, because his Zoroarks are quite weak, truth be told. And right now he goes into his Cofagrigus, which, as I said earlier, can really tank my Darmanitan. Not that well, but I mean, look at how much the first Flare Blitz does. The first one is easily a 2-hit KO on him, but because of the Mummy, I lose my sheer force, and as a result, Flare Blitz will be doing, significantly less to his Cofagrigus. As you can see right here, I go for another Flare Blitz, and he lives with a tiny little bit of HP, and right now he's able to get off the rest. So Cofagrigus is back at, like full HP, and I can't really do anything with my Darmanitan against his Cofagrigus. So I'm gonna switch out and go into my Raikou, to get maybe some special attacks off of him, because I know his special defense is not that great. Cofagrigus is more of a defensive monster. He stays in for one turn of sleep, and then he switches out into his Snorlax. I made, I think, a misplay here by going for the Combine, because what I should have done was I should have gone for 2 Thunderbolts, because right now you'll see that the damage roll, by the damage roll, +1 Thunderbolt really takes him out. So I think 2 normal Thunderbolts should have been able to take him out, you know. Plus 1 Thunderbolt does around 40%, 35 to 40% to him, and if I go for 2, he would have been able to get off the rest, which is what he does now. So he falls asleep in front of me, and he gets up the rest. He goes all the way back to full HP. I'm sitting there screwing myself because I have no clue what I just did. I go for another Combine, hoping that a plus 2 Thunderbolt will be able to do something to his Snorlax. And where I think right now he Sleep Talks the Body Slam, if I'm not mistaken. He Sleep Talks the Body Slam, which is, yeah, he does. And that's really unfortunate for me, because that means that I'll only be able to get off one more hit before going down to my own Life Orb. Which is why I've now replaced the Life Orb with Leftovers. It means a little less power but more survivability from my Raikou. So that's always good. I go for the Thunderbolt. He goes down all the way to more than half actually, and right now I'm free to either switch into my Sableye or my Darmanitan. I choose to, I think, switch into my Sableye because, you know, I can just taunt the Snorlax and he really can't do anything to me, because as I'm guessing he's probably the Rest, Sleep Talk, Curse and Body Slam set, which is what normal Snorlaxes are. So he miscounts in terms of sleep. He goes for the Sleep Talk, but anyways I've taunted him, so he can't do anything to me. And right now he's gonna switch out into his Xatu, if I'm not mistaken, and I predict that, and I switch on into my Darmanitan, which can take his Xatu on pretty easily. And he does switch into his Xatu. I know it's his Xatu because if you look at the Stealth Rock damage, it does 25%, so this is not his Zoroark, which is what I was scared of all this time. He switches out expecting my Stone Edge. He goes into his Cofagrigus. I do go for the Stone Edge because again I don't want to overpredict at this time. He might be expecting me to overpredict, but I don't want to do that, so I go for the Stone Edge. It does a pitiful amount to the Cofagrigus. Absolute nonsense it does. I switch out into my Porygon Z because, you know, again I want to get some special attacks with the Cofagrigus rather than going for physical attacks, which he can absorb pretty easily. So I go to my Porygon Z, and right now I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. You know, either if he wants to go into Xatu for some reason or into Snorlax is going to do something. I'm not going to go for the normal type move obviously, because if he stays in for some reason with his Cofagrigus, it was not going to do anything to him. So I go for the Thunderbolt. It does around 20%, 25% to the Snorlax. So I'm pretty sure that a Tri-Attack and Adaptability boosted Tri-Attack will be able to take out the Snorlax from this range. And I was right, it does take out the Snorlax, so that's his main specially defensive guy out of there. And now my Porygon Z can actually do some damage. And he goes into Xatu, except that it's not his Xatu, it's his Zoroark, and I should have been paying attention to the HP bar, but I didn't, and I should have been paying attention to the Stealth Rock's damage, and I should have seen that he takes less than 25% from the Stealth Rocks. But I don't do that, and I only find out it's his Zoroark after he goes for the Focus Blast. So right now I'm free to go into my Darmanitan. He goes into his Cofagrigus again, just I think as, I don't know, maybe hoping to live a Flare Blitz or two. And he does live the first Flare Blitz, but my Darmanitan is free to take him out with the second one, even after I lose my Sheer Force. It's gonna be a bit, you know, less powered I guess, but another Flare Blitz will definitely take out the Cofagrigus. But the only problem is, will the Flare Blitzers take out the other two Pokemon he has remaining, namely his Xatu and his Zoroark, because they are unboosted by Sheer Force. So I go for the Flare Blitz right here, and right here folks, you're going to see the raw power of the Darmanitan, because a Flare Blitz clean takes out his Xatu, which is supposed to be quite defensive. It takes out his Xatu from 60%, and he goes into his Zoroark right here, and unless he has a Sucker Punch, I'm gonna win this man. So he doesn't have the Sucker Punch apparently, so I just go for the Flare Blitz again. I get a useless crit, and Zoroark goes down to my Darmanitan, and that'll be the game, guys. I defeated the wrong guy in the end, and I hope that you can comment, like the video, and perhaps subscribe if you feel like. And that'll be all, guys. Thank you for watching.